Alright, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Carp, cooking with Carp. I haven't made a video in a very, very long time. I am making homemade Brunswick stew this weekend. And to start that process, I got my Pit Barrel Junior. I got a Boston butt going. You can see it right there, rocking at 275. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to show you guys how I make homemade Georgia style Brunswick stew. I got a Boston butt going here. That's going to be the foundation. Looking good. You can see my Pit Barrel Junior gets all kinds of use. I use this thing all the time. All the time. You see it's beautiful fall day, Sunday, December the 12th. Need to blow some of these leaves out of my yard. Anyway, I put, well, let me go in the house. I'll show what kind of rub I put on that, I'll show what kind of rub I put on that pork butt.
Yeah, you are like amazing.
You guys are on camera.
Bye. I have the same shirt.
So this is what I put on the pork butt. I put this Three Little Pigs Kansas City Championship barbecue rub. And I'm going to smoke it about 8 hours. And then I got all kinds of rubs, man. I got this pork rub. I got Stubbs. I got Bad Byron's butt rub. I got all kinds of rubs, man. I got this Fiesta rib rub. I go through rubs, man. I got this Rudy's turkey rub, which is very good. I smoked the turkey for Thanksgiving. It was really good. Anyway, I'm gonna make Brunswick stew. So I got that pork butt going, and then I'll show you how to put it together. Alright, we'll talk to you later. A few things. You're going to need tomato sauce. This is Georgia style Brunswick stew, by the way. So ignore anything else you see online that don't look like this ain't the right thing. Add some petite tomatoes, diced tomatoes I'm going to use. You're going to need a good bit of cream corn. Cream corn and tomato sauce is the base. You're going to need salt and pepper, red pepper, hot sauce, vinegar of some type, either white, rice wine, or apple cider. You're going to need some barbecue sauce. That's optional, whether you want it in there or not. There's your minced onion. You can use fresh onion if you want to, but I've always used dried, minced, or chopped onion in mine. You're going to need some meat. Here's my leftover barbecue meat. You're going to need broth, chicken broth. And preferably you're going to have a meat grinder. You can use a food processor or you can chop the meat up. But to get traditional Georgia style Brunswick stew consistency, you run it through a grinder. My papa would run it through a hand grinder at his house before he put it in the stew. And modern times, we got the KitchenAid with a grinder attachment. And I got some smoked turkey that I'm thawing out that I had left over from Thanksgiving, that I'm going to put in it also. So for those y'all don't know what Brunswick stew is, Brunswick stew is just a hodgepodge of stuff that you would put together with whatever you had available, and you make it early in the winter, freeze it, and eat on it all winter. And my papa would make it with whatever, squirrel, rabbit, whatever meat he had laying around. And at our restaurant, if you follow my YouTube channel, you know I grew up at a famous restaurant in Northeast Georgia called Booty's Fish House. I worked there. My grandparents owned it. They use beef and chicken in their Brunswick stew. Let me say right now, this is not Booty's recipe. This is my recipe. And this recipe is what, minus the squirrel and the rabbit and stuff, what Papa Price would put together at his house for the most part and make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start grinding the meat, and then I'll I'll get a good bit of it ground and I'll show you how we put it together. So stay with me. I got my butter melting on low. I'm going to add my minced onions to it. There aren't any measurements. This is all to taste. And we'll get this stirred up. I'll get it ground up, get some of the ingredients in there, and then show you how to put it together. So we'll be right back. Alright YouTube, here's the base. I got cream corn ground up, and I got the tomatoes in there. I got salt, pepper, a little bit of red pepper, garlic powder, hot sauce. I'm missing liquid smoke. I don't have any liquid smoke to put in there, and I don't have any Worcestershire sauce. A lot of people put liquid smoke in there, and a lot of people put Worcestershire sauce. I'd put Worcestershire, but I just don't have any. So there's my meat I got, and I got to get that added. My wife's calling me. Let me let y'all go so I can answer this. All right. So it's been about 30 minutes. I added the chicken broth to get it the consistency I wanted. You don't want it like soup, it's stew, so you want it kind of thick. The thicker, just add your liquid, add your chicken stock a little at a time. Our neighbor's German, and she came over to drop. Anytime our cat gets out, where's Smoke at? Anytime our cat gets out, she brings him and drops him off. I don't know where he went. He's somewhere. Smoke! There he is. See him? In front of the fish tank? I don't know, it might be too dark. Anytime he's out, man, she brings him over here. She'll walk him home. It's the craziest thing. So anyway, what you do now is you just let the Brunswick stew simmer. The longer it cooks, the better. And then it'll be ready to serve. If you want it a little sweet or a little barbecue tasting, you can add some barbecue sauce to it. That's my favorite barbecue sauce, but I'm not going to add any. And to give it that tang, you add a little bit of vinegar. Whatever kind, apple cider, distilled white, rice wine. But you got to be real careful with that. Add just a little bit of vinegar at a time and keep tasting it. I got a guy at work, he's always like, how much do you put of this? How much do you put of that? I'm like, I don't have a recipe, man. I just know what goes in there, and my recipe's my tongue, dude. I taste it, taste it, taste it. And when it's right, you'll know it. Your tongue will let you know. So anyway, I'm going to taste it right now, actually. Alright, let me quit yapping. Oh, man, that's good. Alright, let me quit yapping. So anyway, that's it. Basically, in a nutshell, that's Georgia-style homemade Brunswick stew. Perfect on a cold, rainy day. This is Cooking with Carp. I hadn't posted a video in a long time, but I appreciate y'all if you stuck with me to the end of this one. I appreciate it. Alright, so for Maxie Boy and everybody else at the Carp House, this is Cooking with Carp. We'll see you next time.